like the video.
What up, derps? A few months ago, I made this episode laughing at this YouTuber who was asking his audience for this crazy amount of money. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite or anything, but I could really use $10,000 right now.
Derapy, Season 3 of 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 Derapy, it's Season 3.
So every single week, I have this meeting with my boss. We'll just call her boss. We have a one-on-one 30-minute meeting every single week, right? They're always chill. She seems like an actual human being that cares about me as a fellow human being. Now, her and I had our weekly one-on-one meeting on Tuesday, January 3rd, okay? We talk about meeting up in the next week, the next time we have our meeting, to set goals for 2025, right?
Psych!
Wishful thinking. 2025 and beyond, we have this great chat. There's literally no issues. Now, what's painful to recall about this conversation is that it was a perfectly normal conversation. And at one point, I distinctly remember asking her, hey, you're in some meetings that I am not in, some higher up meetings. Are you ever having conversations about me? Are people ever asking about me because, you know, I'm like your subordinate? Do people expect more from me? Have I been doing what I need to do? Let me know. You would let me know, right, if there was something I needed to do more. And she's like, yeah, of course. Nobody's talking about you. You are fine. So I think I'm fine. Wouldn't you think you're fine? I mean, I thought I was fine.
He was not fine.
Now, she does let me know that there's this recruitment video that they wanted to update for our company's YouTube channel, because I basically work for a company where my entire job is just managing our social media. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of it. I post content, I moderate it. So her boss wanted me to create this recruitment video for our company, said they wanted it done by December 6th. And guess what? I had it done a day before. I sent it to her. I CC'd her boss. I thought it was cool. We're cool, right? So that weekend, Saturday, December 7th, we have this little crazy incident in Chicago. I'm not gonna lie. One of our people decided to call a random civilian out of their name for really no good reason. Said random civilian messages our Facebook saying that we wronged her. We called her ugly for no reason. I don't know why we did that. I wouldn't have done that. I was just at my apartment. But the point is, that is my job. I handle her message. I apologize personally on behalf of the company. Zero tolerance for that. Can I get some more information? Who is this? What do they look like? Where are you from? Where are you going? What's happening, right? I informed my boss about it. She's like, thanks for letting me know. We hand it over to upper management. They take it from there. My boss says I did a good job. Thanks me for informing her. For all intents and purposes, I've been given 2 tasks the past week. Everything's been fine. I asked my boss if there's anything else I need to do. She says no. I feel like everything's fine. Now, I want you to remember these things because apparently that shit did not matter at all. So the title is not clickbait, okay? Here's what happened to me. This past week, I wake up. It's Wednesday, December 11th. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm on the can, okay? The sun just came up. I've stretched. I've done my push-ups, and now I'm trying to push something out. It's 7:19 in the morning. I get an email to my work email saying I've been removed from our Facebook and Instagram page.
What is that?
Why? It's like mad early. It's like barely 7 o'clock in the morning. Why is this happening? Now, I don't usually start work till 9, but this is like a pretty big deal. This is within my purview, okay? Maybe we've been compromised. Maybe we got hacked. I don't know. Now, it tells me who removed me from our pages, and it's somebody that's very high up in the company. We'll call them Jeffrey. So first things first, I call my boss. She doesn't answer. I'm like, that's fine. It's early. I text her, say, call me ASAP. We may have been compromised. I get no answer, right? So I'm like, how do I resolve this issue? The place I'm most active on my job is on our Instagram, so I got to figure this thing out. Now, the message I got wasn't from somebody directly in our company in this email. It was from Meta Business Manager something, okay? What a terrible way to start the story of you being cooked. I didn't even hear about this from anybody in my company. They got snitched on by Meta Business, okay? So I take this email that I received, I forward it to the guy who it says removed me, Mr. Jeffrey, okay? And I say, yo, Was this on purpose? Was this you? Was this us? Is everything okay security-wise? Now listen, I'm not dumb, okay? Me getting randomly removed from our Facebook and Instagram at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, I'm like, one of two things is happening. Either we're hacked or I'm cooked. There's really no in between. So I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth between these ideas with my wife and with my brother, and everybody's telling me to just stay positive. Why should I assume that just because I got removed from 2 accounts, I'm totally cooked, right? But like I said, I manage more than just our Facebook and Instagram. So I go to our Twitter and I see that I'm logged out too of our company's Twitter. And I'm like, and I go to our company's YouTube. I'm logged out of there too. Now at this point, I'm like, all right,
You're done for.
I'm cooked. But I'm still in disbelief, right? Because why wouldn't my boss tell me? There's no way these people wouldn't tell my boss if they were firing me. Like, they wouldn't just go behind her back, would they? Because they have to know that I'm going to wake up panicking when I'm logged out of everything. Spoiler alert, these people don't give a fuck. Now, I'm still trying to remain optimistic. There's no reason for me to assume that I don't have this job anymore. I literally haven't done anything wrong. In fact, the last time an incident occurred, I handled it well. The last time I was given a task, I handled it. The last time I asked if I was doing okay, my boss told me to my face that everything was fine. Why should I believe that I'm getting cooked on a random Wednesday morning when the sun's barely up, right? So here's what I do. I send the email that I got from Meta Business to Jeffrey. And I'm like, yo, was this us? And he sends me the most cold and suspicious email of all time. And I'm going to read it to you. So I said, hello, Jeffrey. I just wanted to reach out and make sure this was you and there was no mistake. With peace and love, Derek, social media specialist. This man responds to me, CC's my boss. Now, this man is very high up in the company, and when he sends emails, they are very detailed and personable and straightforward, but also he has a signature at the end with the address, with the email, with the phone number. This is the email that I get back from this man, okay? Yes, all security good, my friend.
That does not sound like a person.
So at this point, I'm like, oh, so we did get hacked, and he's been compromised too. Huh? Now, most people might see an email like this and be like, oh, it's not a security issue. But like, I met this man. I just went on a work trip to Los Angeles, looked him in the eyes, shook his hand, took pictures and video of him, and now I'm getting this cold ass email. So I'm like, oh, the good news is I'm not fired, but we did get hacked. So I call my boss again. She doesn't pick up again. I'm like, that's weird. That's suspicious, but I gotta keep pushing. This is my job. This is our company's accounts. I don't know what's going on. So I reach out directly to the man who created the position for me, the person I reached out to personally about the opportunity. And they tell me that, like, they actually respond, first of all, through text message. And they say, oh, we just Jeffrey's just trying to get back into all the accounts. I'll call you in a bit. Spoiler alert, this is like the highest person in the company. We'll call them M. M says he'll call me. He never called me. I think, in my opinion, they were trying to stay buddy-buddy with me, stay cool, because I'm the social media guy. I could turn up on them. I could disparage the company. I could say wild things. I need to cooperate with them to help them get in these accounts. But also, you would think this man would have the cojones to tell me that I'm cooked. But no. He's, oh man, don't worry about it. We're just trying to get into the accounts. I'm going to call you in a bit. He never calls. He still hasn't called. So I'm like, okay. At this point, there's like a 80% chance that I'm cooked, right? But I need to wait for his call because maybe he can explain everything. Maybe it's not a security issue, but it's just about like something that was posted. They're investigating something. Maybe it involves me. I don't know. But what's still suspicious is at this point, it's been like an hour and a half. It's around 8:39 in the morning. I never heard back from my boss, who I, again, assume cares about me on a human level. I haven't heard anything more from Jeffrey after that suspicious ass email that convinced me that he'd been hacked. And then I hear from the number one guy from Big M upstairs, and he says, they're just trying to get into the accounts. Security's all good. I'll call you in a bit, man. It's going to be fine. Nobody has given me any indication that I am about to get my position eradicated from existence, okay? Everybody's trying to act like everything's all cool. And then, if you work in like a company, an organization where you send emails back and forth, where there's a lot of virtual correspondence, tell me how you would react to getting this email that I'm about to read you, okay? This is when I know it's over. At 8:59 a.m. on Wednesday, December 11th, I get an email directly from HR. I never get emails directly from HR. And it says, hi, can you please join me for a Zoom meeting at 9:15 a.m.? I have never been asked to join a Zoom meeting 15 minutes after receiving an email from HR. Wallahi, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm just flabbergasted. Because, again, I had a meeting with my boss the week prior. She said everything's fine. I was asked to deliver on something, and I delivered it, and we had an incident, and I handled it. And nobody has ever given me the impression that I needed to get my act together, that my job was on the line, that there was any type of notice, that there was something that I was missing, there was something where I could have... Nobody ever hit me with anything. These same people sent me to Los Angeles a month ago. What the fuck? But don't worry, it actually gets even more stupid. So I have this HR meeting with this woman via Zoom that I have never had a face-to-face conversation with before. And despite her job being like the head of HR, you would think that she's very used to firing people. I understand that, like, on a human level, right? I'm just a person, she's just a person, and somebody probably just sprung on her, hey, we're gonna fire this dude for really no reason. Can you hop on and hit this dude with the worst holiday news possible? So she gets on the call. We'll call her L, which I think is appropriate. She starts talking to me, trying to build rapport, okay? The company that I work for, its foundation is pitching, right? It's a company about fundraising, so you're pitching people. And I feel like she's trying to build rapport with me before she closes on me, but the close is telling me that I'm about to be unemployed. So we begin this conversation. She says, good morning. I'm already pissed off. It's not a good morning. It's been awful. I don't know what's going on all the way up until I got this email 15 minutes ago where I knew exactly what was going on, but I had no idea exactly why it's happening. But before we get to that, she wants to tell me good morning, maybe for you, L. So she starts talking to me about the holiday season. She's just shooting the shit. Oh, I'm going to remember this specifically for the rest of my life. She starts talking to me about how chaotic holiday season is and how she has these kids and she wants to make sure the kids get gifts, and she wants to make sure that some kids' gifts aren't better than other gifts and people don't get more gifts than the other. And I'm staring directly into her soul with no reaction or response for these words she's saying, because she's talking to me about purchasing Christmas gifts when she's about to cook my livelihood. What the? So eventually she realizes that, like, I'm not enthused by this holiday talk, and she's like, I actually do have some news. And I'm like, oh, for real? No, actually, bro, really? Like, seriously, dude? Look.
Where?
I'm not mad at her specifically. She has a terrible job. She has people that make way more money than her tell her that she has to be the bearer of bad news. By the way, I don't even want to get into all the reason that my job doesn't exist anymore, because do you know what she told me? She said they're going in a different direction. Oh, bro. Insulting. I'd rather you guys tell me that I sucked at the job or or you found out that I was using the company laptop you gave me to create podcast episodes. Just be real with me, okay? Tell me I wasn't good enough. Tell me that it doesn't make business sense to continue paying somebody like me. It's fine. But don't talk to me about your kids' Christmas gifts and then tell me that you're going in a different direction.
Wing Wong.
What's even more awkward is that she tells me that she had a conversation with my boss this morning. Where is my boss? Where is this woman? What is she doing that's more important than, facilitating the transition towards my demise? But regardless, I got cooked. I got cooked right before Christmas. These people tried to go in and log me out of all my stuff in the wee hours of the morning because they had no idea how quickly my bowels start each day. And I caught them because Meta for Business sent me an email at 7:19 in the morning. Their execution of trying to transition me out of this position was so awkward and weird that I actually thought we were getting hacked. No, these people are just silly. Their HR doesn't know how to fire people without talking about the joy of Christmas. My boss is like completely inactive. Maybe they had her tied up somewhere, held hostage, so I couldn't get in contact with her. The man that gave me the job is trying to butter me up by promising me a phone call where he explains everything that never happens so they can get into the account. By the way, the reason why this happened is because I set up two-factor authentication through our Instagram because I didn't want us to get hacked, but they needed my approval to let them into the account that they could kick me out of. It's whack, okay? It's such a whack situation, and I'm not even super... the thing that I'm most annoyed with is not being let go. These things happen. Companies don't care about people, and they let them go all the time. It's just the carelessness with which they did this. My boss gets no heads up. I get no opportunity to be given. First of all, no severance, whatever. That's fine. I mean, I thought salary positions meant something. Whatever. I thought like I was a relatively speaking valuable asset to the company. I get cooked, no notice, no severance, insurance cooked at the end of the month. And I'm jobless. I got nothing.
Or do I?
Okay, I just want to speak candidly here and talk about where I'm currently at in my life after what just happened in the past week. I'm at a fork in the road moment in my life. I can either go back into the job market, I can try and find another 9-to-5, I can try and manage somebody else's social media, or I can do what I love, which is this podcast. And honestly, if what happened with this company would have happened to me 4, 5, 6 months ago, it would be the most devastating thing that has ever happened to me. But because of you listening right now, I don't think that it has to be. I think that the momentum that we have with this YouTube channel, what we've built, what we're continuing to do is dope. We have a Discord with like 200 people in it. We have around 300 members of the channel. We just hit 25,000 subscribers. Like, I truly believe that with one door closing, another one is opening. And I want to do this. I want to just do this. I want this to be my job. All the people that were roasting me over like the kind of content that I was putting out or what I was talking about by saying that
Bro is just hating on Drake for a bag, K-Bot Glazer.
Well, I feel terrible for those people because now if you thought you hated Derapy before, you're about to get so much more of it. And I think if you enjoy the show, if you like me, you're about to hear so much more of me. The plan is going to be 5 episodes a week, 5 new podcasts a week, and 2 live shows, one for the people and one for the members. And I want you to be a part of it. I think right now is literally the best ever time in the history of this show for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel or follow this podcast or become a member, because it used to just be, let's be real. I don't have anything scripted here. I'm just going to jump right into a pitch. All right. Are you ready?
Let's get this bread.
I used to just tell people to support the channel for $1, and you can still do that. And if you've already done that, you're the reason why this channel even exists right now. The only reason I can make those 30, 40, 50-minute episodes going through albums and listening to the music is because I have the support of those people that are going to invest in the show despite YouTube not paying me for those specifically. So we have the how much a dollar cost membership tier. It's literally 99 cents and you get to join the Derapy Discord. You obviously get access to the members only streams that we do. You get photo and status updates from the upcoming episodes. Then the certified therapist tier, like the people who have like truly taken the show to another level, the people I've been shouting out at the end of some shows, you all are now, if you stay in that tier, you're getting early access to new episodes. So for example, my next part of the GNX review, it's going to release early if you're in that certified therapist tier for $5. So members will get to see it first. And then I have launched 3 new tiers, okay? Because I want us to really, really take this show to the next level if we can. And I also really want to give the people that love the show more of what they actually want. So I have the $9.99 tier. It's called Editor's Assistant.
Let's go.
My editor will love that one.
Let's go.
So basically, you get behind the scenes access to see exactly how an episode like this is made, how we mix the music, how we choose the background music, how we choose the outro, the sound bites that we use. You basically can learn how to create an episode of Derapy. Wow. You won't be able to do it like we've been doing it, but you can do something like it. And if you just want to learn how these podcasts are edited, that would be a really cool tier. And also every tier, you still get access to all of the perks from the previous tiers, right? So we have another tier that's called the biggest derp. I love the name. I came up with it at like 2 o'clock in the morning. If you become one of the biggest derps, you get an album review. I know there's certain people that want me to review certain albums and I just respond saying that it's on the list, but I don't know whether I'm actually going to do it or not. But if you pay $20 to become a member at the biggest derp tier once a month, you can suggest any album. It can be a project that you made, or it can be an album that you've been begging me to talk about for months and I just keep telling you it's on the list, like Dochi's new album, or Schoolboy Q's album, or Vince Staples' album. Albums that I see people talking about all the time, and I would do it, but you're not like paying me. But I actually do care about all of these albums, but is it worth my time to actually do it or not? Well, you can decide. So if you become the biggest derp, it's $20, and once a month you can ask me to review any album, and I will do an entire podcast episode where I will feature that album and we'll discuss it. And you also get access to all the stuff previously. Also, you get a social media and community post shout out. And finally, the last tier that I have is called Derapy Sponsor. It's $100. I know that sounds insane. I don't expect any of you to do it. But if you want an open invitation to come on the show, you pay $100. You can come on the show. We can chop it up. We can go live if you want, as long as you don't get me canceled. We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about whatever music you want. You can ask me any questions you want. Also, if you have content or business that you care about, I will promote that business every single week on my biggest episode of the week. I will do a full ad read for it. I might even write a rap about your content or business. I think it's an absolute steal when you really think about it. It's like $25 a week, and you get to come on Derapy. We get to talk about what you do, what you love, and I get to do an ad spot for you. I think that's awesome. I think it's an absolute steal. If I was a fan of Derapy, I would do it. Like, when I'm thinking about ways that I want to move the channel forward, I feel like I talk to people and they're like, oh, why don't you have merch? Just drop merch. And I'm like, yeah, I want to create, though. I just want to create more content, and I want to give people what they want, what they've been asking for. Who is the editor?
Who is he?
How does he do it?
How does he do it?
Pay to find out. Why doesn't he talk about this? When will he talk about this? Pay and find out. It's all right there. I'll have a link in the description for it. And in the meantime, I know that like I sound pretty upbeat because that's just like my natural personality. Derapy, the show, like like there's no Derapy character. It's just me. I'm just a guy in his apartment making shows, laughing at himself, and trying to have fun. But truly, if you've ever lost a job, if you've been laid off or fired abruptly, you probably know what it's like. There's a little bit of added pressure because like I'm married to somebody and she's not putting any pressure on me. She's been great, but I put more pressure on myself because, you know, I want to provide. I don't want to have to worry about anything. So if you care to, donate to the future of the show, like, I'm not asking you to pay my bills, dude. I would never do that. But I'm going to put the show's Cash App and Venmo in the description. I want to keep my editor. I want to keep doing the show. I want to build like a better backdrop for when I go live. I want to get a better microphone. I want to make better quality work. So if you want to just do a one-time donation in the short term, you can do it through Super Chat or Cash App, Venmo in the description. I am not asking you for $10,000. But if you want to do 1, 5, 10, 20,
Become a member.
whatever, I'd appreciate anything. This is it. This is our fork in the road moment. We can either do Derapy for life, or I can get back on fucking Indeed or something. And but I don't want to do that.
We're not going to.
Thank you for being here. Live show later. Moving forward, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, expect Derapy. And 2 live shows a week. And if you've made it this far, I really love you. And I mean it. Enjoy the outro.
Oh my god. Where did he steal this beat from? Here we go again.
Yo, YBH.
Who'd he take this from? Like J. Cole or something? You are not J. Cole, dude.
Tired of being nice, switch it up like Walter White, man. Telling me to relax, I do the opposite, get hype, man. Growing up a nerd, a geek, a freak, a loser, virgin, and a burden, but I'm turning into something y'all don't recognize. Turning up my way like the highway, I require more speed. Oh, please tell me you get more cheese, and I will likely agree. I'ma keep it running Forest, run this town, you just a tourist. Borough where I reside, but I decided I may do more. I was watching Wheezy in a hotel room just spitting rhymes, and damn, it just occurred to me that I can't really make excuses. I thought it'd be easy, I was in my room in summertime, and thank God it occurred to me that I probably need more practice. Staying humble, stay off Bumble, already got my queen. Derapy the regime, swear I'm living the dream. Y'all are sleeping tucked in, only worth $1.10, but by the end of my stint, you'll remember Buxton. Damn. And I'm never finished, do this shit till I die. Ready for the bronze, I'm ready for the high life, ready to make highlights, don't waste my time, cooler than the Sonic ice. Haters get bubonic die, rest will witness my rise. I'm shining like a skylight, I'm way too scared to skydive, but I'ma have a fine wife, and I'ma keep on cooking with the rare spices. Bitch, I am the bomb. They like, oh my god, where's ISIS?
Huh?
Dude, chill, I'm playing like an Xbox, but that doesn't mean that you can play with me, kick rocks. Okay, be real, I just picked up rapping like a hobby, like for fun or something. Then it really hit me that I might just be the one or some, hotter than the sun or some. Pick this up like hookers, but ironically, I got no hooks and never read a book up on it. Dude, it tastes so naturally. Derek B, it had to be. Working on a masterpiece, way harder than Masterpiece. Blowing up catastrophe, leave it like a tragedy. Oh girl, you can't hate up on me when looking so raggedy. Damn, when he gets so rude, I don't know, man, ever since he been that dude. Ooh.